Hey guys, for today's video I thought we'd take another look at the 1960 Chevy Impala trunk lid splice that we're trying to do here. We'll start out by a little bit of sandblasting and cleaning stuff up, and then there's a bit of a process to trying to fit this all together. Hope you enjoy. Spent a lovely afternoon sandblasting. So we've sandblasted the part that we're keeping, and we're going to be doing trunk lid splice through thusly, and I sandblasted this piece so we can get started on something along these lines. Obviously a few issues to work out there. I hope that's all. Trunk lid splice. So that was a fun way to spend the day. I love sandblasting. Sandblasting is just so fun, and because the cheap sandblasters that you get at the discount store are awesome.
What? This doesn't need it?
Oh yeah, that I'm gonna do. I haven't done it yet. It's not as bad as the bottom, that's for sure. You can't do all this. You can't sandblast the flat parts. It'll just ruin them. So that has to be sanded. But we'll sandblast just the edge.
Okay.
Yeah, just the edge, just to clean it up. And it's going to be very gentle, but the rest of it is just going to have to get sanded. This all cleaned up really quick and easy because the paint is barely on there even from new. So that was easy enough, and we'll be hacking that off. Fun though. Okay, let's get busy on this. And sandblasting the repair piece. Now, that should be the same width, so at least we've got that. I'm pretty confident that this is going to work, but a little more fussy than I was originally hoping. Nevertheless, let's see how it goes. I'm going to start, we're going to mark out very crudely where to cut, and then we'll do a quick cut, and then we'll do a better cut. First thing, straighten up the lips, make a template, then we're going to lop the back of it off crudely and start fitting this, and then we will do the final cut and fit it the best we can. So that right, there we go. That should get us very close. Now we can get started cutting some of this garbage off. The piece I have to work with goes about here. Halfway, I'm going to keep this, keep that, and we're going to go right about there. Something like that on both sides, I think. This is maybe, just possibly, going to be a little worse than we thought. It's okay. For now, the first cut is just going to be here. They're about 6 5/16. 6 5/16. So, if those holes are the same diameter, should be able to use them. They are. So we can trust these. This is just to get the ball rolling. Okay. Let's see if that helps us fit this in. No, we've got to get serious now about what we're doing there. Nice, okay. Okay, first light toss is actually encouraging for a change. So, these are not exactly indexed, because that we can use as well. So, I'm gonna probably cut most of this upper off. I'm gonna make a quick mark on the bottom what we have to work with so that I cannot cut past anything that we need. As usual, I'm gonna try to use as little of the replacement piece as possible. Made a few more trimming cuts down to about a ½ inch overlap now. So we got to start being a little more careful. We can see that the difference between the 4-door and 2-door trunk is mostly cut off. We'll see how much of that we need. If I can go here or if we have to flatten that out, whatever. These I'm just gonna have to weld up. There's not really any good or simple or logical way to fix that. Just taking as little of this as possible. Decided it is definitely so close that I'm gonna weld it there. These line up very nicely. This is just here as a reference so I don't get back and forth too far, right? Because I cut every other reference off, so that is all that is there for now. This one I'm going to use half of this. This side was way worse. This was where it was all missing, so I mean the amount of time and money that we're saving by doing this is awesome. I'm very happy about that. But definitely a little work here. We're going to get something that looks nice. Okay, we are now trimmed within about a ¼ inch on the length of the entire cut. So at this point, we have to commit a little harder to a location here. That's broadly it though, really. These holes are not exact, but they are close enough that I can use them for my purposes here. Okay, my first plan was I was going to tack the back of the trunk skeleton on and then take it over and mount it on the car and close it and use the fit of it there to do the final placement before I weld it. But I'm just nervous that the springs are so strong that it might bend the piece rather than close. So I'm going to start cleaning up the trunk skin and straightening the edges out. I sandblasted it today. Of course, you can't sandblast big flat panels like this. So I just did the very edges, so that can all get straightened up now. The good news is that the trunk lid is fine except for the very center here. From here down, it's rusted up. So, might be a fun piece to make. Right, I was not looking forward to this part of this. I think I just have to start with just trying to get that sorta back into something. Still rough, but at least now we have something that'll be fairly easy to drop together. As expected, the edges have been stretched and now the skin kind of curls up like a flower at each corner, but that'll come back together just fine when we start folding it over. But it does look a little bizarre and a little, looks actually a little bit like the other end. We're gonna get this out of here. I'm gonna lay that one inside this one with this piece removed. And then we're gonna just fit it for length because I'm just guessing here, right? In the end, all these jig marks don't mean anything if the trunk lid is longer on one side. And right now, by lining up the circles, it's almost 1/8 of an inch difference. And I think the longer side is right, but why guess? Here's the piece that's gonna sit inside, and you know, that's at least get started, right? Once we have the length, then we can weld this. I think I'll put it together and just not do this repair till it's on the car. I think that is a good plan because that'll allow me to fine tune after everything is buttoned up. I can fine tune the fit at the back without having to compromise the fit on the rest of it. Oh, here we go. Let's do it the right way. Oh my God. It's also razor sharp. Gloves. Look at this Tron bullshit, eh? Alright, this shouldn't really be too much of a fine bender, you know? All the holes are going to be right where they were. She's not going to be any fun. We're going to do the light toss here. This is all surprisingly decent. The corners popped right back to life, and Dean keeps texting me. I didn't fix this little flange, but we're cutting it off anyway. Here we go. First light toss. It's hopeless. Oh, I can use it. I can use it. Alright, get this out. You're pretty darn close to where it were. Okay, now we got something we can work with. Cool. That was probably the best idea this project has had in several days. Okay, well, this is now the new before shot. I think I'll do the welding from this side because this is the side you're going to see when you open the trunk. So, but now we have nice access to both sides of the weld, so we can get her pretty close. And again, it's the bottom of the trunk, so when I say pretty close, I mean not very close. Okay, we'll start with this mess here. And the biggest problem here is this doesn't fit at all. But, yeah, whatever. We'll just, whatever. This is the only part of that different dog bone shape. So I just bent that up because it's actually pressed in the other way. So we'll, whatever, we'll figure something out. And here, ditto. I'm just gonna start welding it. Yeah, right, whatever, let's go. Well, you can see that it's on its way. It's gonna turn out fine. I just run out of time for today, but next time we see this will be all welded in, and then little vitamin B over the seam there, and should be good as new. Actually pretty happy that the skin of it is as good as it is. That could have been a real problem if that was totally ruined. It's not perfect, but it's quite usable. And again, not trying to save the world here, just trying to make something out of junk that we can enjoy and drive and possibly put a cool paint job on. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching today. I wanted to say thanks again to everybody who ordered a calendar. We're hoping to have them all in the mail by the end of this week. So far so good. We've got about 2/3 of them already in the mail, so thanks again. Cheers. Oh, Franker says hello. Is that what you're saying, right? Oh, what a nice girl. Okay, we'll see everybody on Saturday for the regular contributor.
Same old shit.